Hey everybody, welcome back. Do you remember this series? Well, there should be another one out for you guys sometime next week, so look forward to that if you want. In the meantime, however, I want to sit down and talk to you guys about the 5 things I really want to see in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, these aren't going to be stupid things like, I hope there are more Pokemon, or, I hope we get new Mega Evolutions. No, well, no shit. I'm talking about 5 legitimate features that would honestly just make the whole experience of playing Pokemon better. You know, we're here. Let's go like here. Or here. Or here. Pokemon as a franchise has always been about catching them all. I mean, it's their goddamn slogan. You know, from game exclusive Pokemon to having to trade to evolve to breeding for babies, catching them all has always been the goal. Right? So why on earth, after 20 years of playing Pokemon, 20 years, do we still only trade with one Pokemon at a time? I mean, I tried completing my Pokedex multiple times. Multiple times. In fact, I'm so bad at completing my Pokedex, I stopped Stump from completing his Pokedex by sending his Hydreigon into the void. I trained it for him and then I just deleted my game. Trying to get all of the Pokemon I couldn't find in my game was such a complete headache. Wouldn't it be chill to just wonder trade a whole box of Pokemon all at once? You could literally sit down and be like, hey, box 39, goodbye. But even just from your box to your friend, 6 to 6, even if it has to do it one at a time, wouldn't that be so much better? Now, if you're breeding a lot of Pokemon in your game, you're doing it for one of 2 reasons. A, you're searching for a shiny, or B, you're looking to get max IVs on something so you can use it online and not get your ass kicked. This brings me to my next point. Effort values and independent values, EVs and IVs, play a substantial role in a game that revolves around battling. In fact, it completely makes your Pokemon different than mine, unless, you know, we're both trying to build the same set. Why on earth are these things still hidden? X and Y took a big step forward. Now, I'm going to keep praising X and Y because I'm riding its dick right now, and I will be probably for the next 10 years of my life. But you finally got super training, you could kind of see what you had. You got a general gist of what was in your Pokemon. You'd have to reset bag and then reset your game just to see the effort value numbers, and you'd have to like scribble them down real fast before the blinking shit went away, and then at least you could see it a little bit. Okay, why can we not just sit down, give us just a third screen on the Pokemon summary screen that just says, here are your EVs, here are your IVs. This would be so beneficial for a number of reasons. 1, people who are new to the game, they ask me, yo, Alex, what are these things called IVs? I sit down, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't roll my eyes. I just sit down and say, okay, yeah, no worries. So, there are these invisible numbers attached to every Pokemon. And I lose half of them right there. You know, it's just like, it's so hard for people who don't know what's going on to grasp that functionality. You know, it's not impossible, but it's not easy. They're not there. If we could just list them, not only would it help these new people who are trying to get into the game, which would be great for the growth of VGC, the growth of the series in general. I think they actually add a lot to the game. Someone in the comment section's about to fight me about this. I know that. Someone's gonna be like, no, IVs. Well, but it would help those people. It would help people who battle online a lot, who are trying to search for, you know, perfectly IV'd Pokemon. You wouldn't have to take all of your hatched eggs to that dude and have them evaluated. And then at the same time, EVs, then if you could see them, you'd never have to overtrain something by accident. Because I know I've overtrained or undertrained half of my Pokemon. I suck. I know, that's for me. Please. Let me see them so I know how terrible it is. And that way it'd be so easy to fix them or to change the set later if you needed to. Your Terrakion now all of a sudden needs HP for some reason. Boom! Take it out of speed. I don't know. It's probably not the right answer, but, you know, the idea is still there. You have EVs, you have IVs. Battling is a big portion of the game. I mean, you have the online battle spot now. Can we see them, please? So, if EVs and IVs make your Pikachu different from my Pikachu, what about your player character? I sit down and I play a Pokemon title for hundreds of hours. Yeah, that's depressing, isn't it? But I do it, and the whole time I'm looking at myself running around. Pokemon's about you going on a journey, right? You're going around, you're catching Pokemon, and that's why the 3D aspect was so cool, because you're involved, you're immersed, you're in the game, you're doing things, your character is you. You name the character after yourself. I'm sure everyone here has done that at least once in your life. Yes, you have. So why the flip did we go from X and Y's player customization, where I could put on clothing and look super cute, to Oris, where we just all look the same again? Oh my god, why would you do that? So, Sun and Moon, please, 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 give me some clothing. Rocking your style is kind of important. I mean, look at Nintendo's newest app, Miitomo. The whole thing is about you wearing clothing. Why the flip did we change a good thing? We had a good thing going on, guys. It was cool. It's completely unnecessary, 100% unnecessary, but it made the game so much more fun. Because then it's like, you felt like this was you, and you got to like customize it, and you got to, maybe I was too into it because I was a girl character, but man, there were some cute outfits. Oh god, I loved it. Okay, this next one should have been included years ago. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but man oh man, I'm just going to talk about HM moves real quick. Okay? Pokemon. You get 6 of them. You walk around and you love them and you fight with them. Why do you need an HM slave? Sometimes 2. Why is a third of your party dedicated to HM moves? I don't want a goddamn Zigzagoon in my team of 6. I mean, I want my Charizard, I want my Mewtwo. I don't have space for your shitty Zigzagoon. I'm sorry I have to cut this bush one time. What the heck? Why does my Lapras need to have Surf on its move slot in order to know how to surf? Why does my Pidgeotto need to know the move Fly in order to fly? It's a bird. Here's my fix. If a Pokemon could know an HM move, it will always know that HM move. Let's say I'm walking around with a Swellow. I think I should be able to fly with the Swellow without it knowing the move Fly. Now, that would make everything so much better, right? You could just have Swellow on your team because you like Swellow. You don't need Zigzagoon to cut. You know, every Pokemon that could know cut knows cut outside of battle. Now, you might be thinking, oh, but then you're going to surf too early and you're going to fly too early. You could still keep these moves from being used before you get a certain gym badge. You can still find the HMs to teach your Pokemon if you want to use the attack. But I don't need to teach my Seeking how to swim. It's a fish. It can just swim. Let me have a water Pokemon in my team when I want to surf on the overworld and I have the right badge or I have completed, enough of the storyline. Let me just swim with my Pokemon. Let me just use my Golduck to slash. I don't know if it gets slash. It probably does, maybe. Let me just not waste a move for that. Now you might be thinking, oh, but what if you go to a certain place and then you trade from your party and then, you don't have your surfer anymore and you're stuck and everything goes bad. Just ban trading from your party, man. We don't do that anymore. We trade from the box now. We only traded from the party originally because you could never trade from your box. You'd have to go into the union room, then you'd have to trade from what your party is, and if you wanted to trade more than those 6 Pokemon, you'd have to leave and get more Pokemon and go back in. We trade from the party now. If we can live without trading from our battle box, we can live without trading from our party. I don't know if you can trade from your battle box. I don't think you can, but I'm not sure. But we can live without trading from our party. So if you ban trading from your party, that system would work. Just let my water Pokemon know how to swim. Let my bird Pokemon know how to fly. I'll wait to use it until you want me to use it, I promise that. But don't make me use a goddamn Zigzagoon anymore. I hate that Pokemon. Nice. 4 down, 1 to go. At the end of every Pokemon game, all of you have sat down and gone, now what? What is there to do after beating the storyline? We all immediately are thrust into the beginning of the storyline, and as you play the game, you're progressing through the storyline. That's just how Pokemon goes, right? Once you get to the end, you still got a great game in your hands. You want to do something more with it. Well, there's always catching and training and filling up your Pokedex, right? That's great. Those are, honestly, it's a great function of the game. It's why we all love it, and that's great. That's always going to be there. But I'm not lying when I say you probably want a little bit more than that. Think back with me real quick. What were some of the most memorable games that you played? Pokemon-wise. The other games. Pokemon-wise, what were some of the most memorable games you played? For me, I've got a few. Red and Blue, they were the first ones in the series. I loved them. They introduced the concept of Pokemon. It was revolutionary. Absolutely fantastic. I still remember picking it up for the first time. X and Y, told you I'm right in there, dick. Loved it. The new features, 3D graphics, diagonal movement. I'm riding a Skiddo and rolling on roller skates. Blast. But let's think about some other ones, though, that I'm not biased towards. Gold and Silver I thought were great. I really liked Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald when I played through them. I also liked Diamond, Platinum, and Pearl. Now, for whatever games you said to yourself, outside of probably Red and Blue, this one doesn't really count. That was just, it introduced the series. You gotta feel me on that one. Think about why you liked them, or what was the most memorable part of those games to you. Let's since I'm the only one talking here, let's go with mine. Gold and Silver. The day and night cycle where you could catch different Pokemon at different times of day, that to me was huge. Also, traveling back to Kanto after you beat the game. You beat the game and you're like, holy crap. And then they're like, go back to Kanto and do it again. And you're like, holy crap. Right? Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Beating the game, you got to sit down. I got to explore the caverns. I got to learn Braille. I memorized Braille back then. I don't remember how old I was, but I knew the whole thing by heart. I got to explore the Reggies. I loved that functionality of the game. Diamond, Platinum, and Pearl. I spent so much time underground, mining, building secret bases, running around with my friends who were also on Diamond, Platinum, and Pearl. We were at the DC in college doing that. All of those things have nothing to do with just the normal battling random trainers and catching random Pokemon to fill up your Pokedex. I didn't mention that once, and I bet most of you, if not all of you, didn't either. It's these additional game features that make a Pokemon so memorable, at least for me. So what I really want to see in Sun and Moon are some additional features of things to do outside of the norm that will allow me to have fun with this game for those hundreds of hours I'm undoubtedly going to play it for. But Alex, what on earth kind of features could you be talking about? Great question, you. I've got some examples here. I would love to see something like the Battle Frontier come back. Pokemon Emerald's Battle Frontier was amazing. They had so many different battle modes. Everything was different. I know it's still battling. I mean, it's still Pokemon. I'm not looking for a different game. But there was so many different variations to it. There was the upgrading of your trainer cards. You got like the different colors. And then you got to battle all the different trainers and the bosses. And it was really tough. And it was very, very entertaining. After I beat Emerald, I felt like it was an entirely new game. I never left the island. That's all I wanted to do. I just battled on that island for the entirety of the rest of my Emerald experience. And to this day, I still look very fondly back on it. But that's not all, and they don't have to be things as big as that. What about bug catching contests? I would love to see this again. I know we saw it, I think Heart Gold Soul Silver had it, right? I know they were brought back in Heart Gold and Soul Silver because those were remakes of Gold and Silver, but wasn't that a lot of fun? I mean, you're still doing what you do in Pokemon. We're just catching bug Pokemon in a garden of grass and shit, but it was cool to like catch them and then have their weight and size and height. Like, it was cool to have that be compared to the other NPCs, and then you catch your Scyther and then you lose to a Caterpie and then you throw your DS. But small game functions like that go a long way. For example, I'm sure half of you are going to really appreciate this. The other half of you suck. The Game Corner. I miss the Game Corner. I want to sit down and I want to gamble with my imaginary money. Why are my imaginary pets allowed to battle your imaginary pets to the brink of death, even if you're just a young child? Why am I allowed to beat up on a young child's pet only for it to, like, everything to be okay? Why can I do that? Why can I do that, but I can't gamble with my imaginary money? Am I even gambling? We're spinning a slot machine. I don't even care if I'm flipping Voltorb. Why can't we have a Game Corner come back? That was a great way to spend time. I spent so much time in my original playthrough of the Game Corner. I'm embarrassed of how much time I spent there. But damn it, it was so much fun, I think. I'm pretty sure it was fun. I really miss it. And if we do, then we could have a cool song like this be played. Give me stuff to do after I beat the game, or stuff that I'm going to get stuck on while playing the game. I want to go through the game and be like, holy crap, this is so cool. Do I do this now or do I do this later? I want to spend a lot of time here. That's what I want. Additional game features, that's my fifth and final thing that I really want to see in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, I know you guys have your own opinions, so why don't you go down and tell me below whether you thought my ideas were cool, whether they sucked, what you want to see in Pokemon Sun and Moon. I legitimately read 98% of my comments. That's probably a real statistic. It's pretty close. I read a lot of them. I want to hear what you guys want to see in Pokemon Sun and Moon. What did I miss? What did I not think of? Or which of my ideas are terrible because I'm bad and I should feel bad? Okay? Go ahead. Talk to me in the description. I love that. I mean, talk to me in the comments section. Don't talk to me in my description. My description's sacred. Go talk to me in the comments section below. I'll read it. Give it a like if you liked this video. If you didn't like this video, give it a like. And then, you know, click on something in my ending credits because it helps me out. Or if you hate me, it doesn't help me and it hurts my channel. Thanks for sticking with me and see you later.